What's up, everybody? What's up on IG Live? How we doing? We got YouTube, we got Facebook, we got LinkedIn. We got a killing. Hope everyone's killing this Tuesday. Have an amazing Tuesday. This call is about investing in your greater purpose and what does it mean? But welcome to the call, all the newcomers, everybody online, everybody on YouTube, LinkedIn. What's up to the people? What's up to people on IG Live from Nicole Mack to Mitchell Gunn? What's happening? We got my phone's going off. We got Mario on the call, Vinny, Renee. We got my mom, Linda. What's up, mama? We got Bob on the call. We got a lot of people watching us online and going live. But these calls, what they're intended for, guys, is to define the game you want to play, to truly help you define the game you want to play, how to get started, how to get motivated, how to get out of the rut, because we are here for a greater purpose. We are here for a greater calling. Give me a hearts at IG if you're feeling what I'm saying. Give me a thumbs up over here in LinkedIn and Facebook. If you can't respond, that'd be great. We are here to make the greatest impact in this world. That is my calling. That's one of my greatest purpose and my intention. And I'm fired up today. My intention is that I hope I help you in every single day. What's up, Mitchell? Let's go. I hope that I help you in every single day by showing you what I do every single day, by showing up and making an impact, creating revenue, doing things for my family, which is my true intention, my greatest purpose. I want to show you every single day how you can do what I do. I'm no different than you, man. I bleed red. I see the world as it is. I apply myself. So this applies whether you're a young dental student, you're a young entrepreneur, you're a young person who just wants to make the greatest impact. If you're a husband, if you're a father, if you're a business owner, if you're trying to just figure out your way in life, this all applies to you. It all applies to you. If you want to grow, if you want to become a better version of yourself, that's what life's about. If we are supposed to be the king, the head and not the tail, it's about becoming better every single day. And that's how you truly invest in your purpose, right? So my hope is that when this is all done, when we continue to do this, all you do is take away the tips and tricks that I do and you start implementing them. Every single day you get up, you got to do something different. You know, people always say they want change, but yet they do absolutely nothing different. They don't try anything different. They don't move any different, but yet they want change. They want somebody else outside to be the savior. And it just cannot happen. You got to take charge. You got to cause and create the things you want in your life. You got to take the bull by the horn, if you will. So if you don't know me, I'm Dr. Bobby Grossi, born and raised in Flint, Michigan, by a single mother, raising 3 kids on a whopping $18,000 a year. I had nobody in the dental field ever. I was the first. I had nobody that was really making high 6 figures or even 7 figures. Nobody in my family that did that. I found a way to do all that. Why? Because you can plant your own path. You can be a part of something, but be something greater because you can live up to your greater purpose. And sometimes it's just about knowing what you want to do. If you want to own businesses, if you want to be the best version of yourself, if you want to be a pastor, if you want to be the best mother, if you want to be the best father, it's finding out who you are. And so I'm a guy I've invested my whole life to try to be something different. From an 8-year-old kid riding a big wheel in my garage in a condominium that was about 1,200 square feet, right, in a condo, I had a voice in my head said, you were meant for something different. And by golly, I believe that was the Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ himself. And if you don't believe in spirituality, I'm sorry, I believe in Christ. So it is what it is. You can get off this phone right now because it's all about Christ with me. But that's okay. At the end of the day, it's about becoming your greater purpose. And you can do it one way by believing that there's a higher goal and a higher impact. So how do you do that? How do you truly invest in your greater purpose? How do you truly align your actions and resources with your core values and long-term aspirations? You know, it goes way beyond financial investments. It goes way beyond personal growth. It goes way beyond meaningful relationships and contribute to the well-being of others in the world, way beyond that. Here are some steps that I want you to write down, okay? If you have a pen and paper, write them down. When I say this, write this down, right? Number one, first thing you got to do is clarify your values. What is it that you stand for? What is your true value system? What matters to you, right? What matters to you? Not the outside world, not what the media wants to tell you, not what your mom and spouse or significant other want to tell you. What matters to you, right? How do you, what gets you up every day? What lights the spark within your soul? Like what matters to me, I'll be honest with you, it's not my value, but the greatest thing to me is my family, my friends, my loved ones, my wife. My wife is my all spark. If I was a transformer, she is my all spark. She is my energy source, and everyone knows that knows me. My wife is my core. My wife is what fires me up. My kids, making an impact on these calls. That's what fires me up. So identify your core values and belief system that guide your decisions and actions. And I think what we lack now in this world, thumbs up if y'all agree, is we just lack principles and core values. We're relying on other people to tell you our own value system. We're relying on other people to tell us what our principles are. And it's just simply not true. When you understand what you value, then you'll be able to define your greater purpose or greater calling, if you will. I mean, a lot of our purpose in life is to really recreate, right? That's our purpose through Christianity. But what is our calling? What are we sent to do? I love that people try to compare themselves with other people. We should never compare because there's only one you. One you. You're the difference maker in this world. Your actions, what you cause and create, is the difference maker. There's one you, Mitchell Gunn. One you. You should embrace that. There's one you, Mario. There's one you, Ken. There's one you, Guy. There's one you, Shan. There's one you, Nicole. There's only one you. That's what makes this thing so unique. So when you know your values and your principles you stand for, then once you understand that, you know your core values and principles, define your greater purpose. Take the time. You cannot be a great mother without knowing your values and principles. Then you can teach them to your kids, and then they will modify maybe their own value systems and principles. But right, the difference is we don't live in principality anymore. We don't have principles anymore. It's just chaos. You don't have core values and belief systems. You'll never be your greater purpose in life if you don't set the values. And what is your greater purpose? Determine the impact you want to have in this world. My greatest purpose is to make the greatest impact in this world. That is one of my callings. And the only way I can do it is by showing up every single day, not only for myself, but for even you on Tuesdays. I don't get paid $1 to do these podcasts. I get paid nothing to even to do these calls with you. You get paid nothing by joining. But that means every one of you want to have a greater purpose because you're on these calls. And you do it by showing up. What are your skills? What are you passionate about? What is your interest? I know Mitchell Gunn loves fishing. He might have the greatest mission in this world to teach somebody else to be a greater fisherman. I have no idea. I'm not a fisherman. He could probably help me. But I know Mitchell loves to fish. And he loved it. He had a purpose, and he'd wake up and he'd go to college for fishing, and he wanted to do this, but he has a calling, he has a mission. Maybe it's to make the next best bass fisherman. I don't know. Maybe it's Nicole has the greatest purpose in this life to be the best mother in the world so that her kids could be the better mothers as she raises or teaches other young kids how to be great mothers. I have no idea. Only you know what your greater purpose is. Ask yourself, how can you contribute? This is a question you got to ask yourself, right? How do you define your purpose? What impact do you want to make? Question. What impact do you want to make? So I know that I'm living to my purpose by getting on every Tuesday at 1:00 to do these calls live on social media to try to make the greatest impact in this world, to try to help change the chaotic world we live in. I'm trying to live my purpose, right? Then I show up every single day so that in my household, to show up every single day at work to try to fulfill my family's purpose and my legacy in my family. Then I use my skills. I'm a dentist. I'm passionate about certain things, entrepreneurship, leadership. What are my interests? So I'm catalyzing all those things together. And then ask yourself, whatever you're doing, is it making a positive change and improving the lives of others? If the answer to all that is yes, then you're living your purpose. If you get lit, one of my buddies, Richie Dolan, is that all people are lit. So he has to first be lit. Like what I mean by lit, like fired up. Like that's what I mean by lit. He goes, his calling or his purpose is that everybody is lit or something like that. I'm paraphrasing it. But if you know Richie Dolan, follow him please on social media. That's only a plug I'll ever give you because he's a great man. He's a smart investor. But with that said, he goes, everybody lives a life lit. So if Richie doesn't show up lit every day, he's not living to his intention and purpose. So is he going to make a positive impact being lit? Of course. Is he going to gravitate a ton of energy? Of course. If I show up every single day in a great mood and I show up trying to make the greatest impact and I motivate and I'm high power and I'm high energy and I'm coming through the phone, am I going to make a greater impact? Of course. So if you're doing something that you don't feel lit about, if you're doing something that you can't contribute or make a positive change, it's not your purpose, period, end of story. And once you know your purpose, thumbs up if this is tracking, guys. I know I'm just throwing a ton of information, but give me a heart on IG if this is tracking with you. Give me a thumbs up on the Zoom video, if you will. Communicate with me as tracking. Awesome. Awesome. So when you know your purpose and you know your calling, set meaningful goals. What is your goals? Once you have a clear purpose, set specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound goals. SMART. Acronym SMART. Goals that align with your purpose. What steps or directions or GPS coordinates do you have to put in goals to get to your purpose? What do you have to do? How do you have to behave? How do you have to act? How do you got to be in business? How do you got to be in your home life? How do you got to do show up? Like people say to me, dude, when you go home, you literally will do the dishes, you will vacuum the floor, you will stay up all night to clean a cabinet, you will empty out a closet. Yes, because I want to make the greatest impact in this world. And if that means I have to sacrifice my time and energy so other people can live a life of freedom, then I'm making an impact. That's living every day with an intention and your purpose. Do you wake up every day with that much fire? And I fail some days, guys. Who can I fail? But at 90% of the time, are you living that life? Are you living according to your goals and your plans? Do you even take the time to write down what it is you really want to accomplish? Not relying on anybody. Not relying on someone to love you, not relying on the government to have you hand out, not relying on things that come in. What is it that you want to do? What are your goals? What do you want to establish? What is it a year from now, 5 years from now? Break them down into smaller milestones and track your progress to maintain your motivation. Like if I want to make, things I always tell people, if I want to make what is it? Let's just use the math, $100,000 a year. Let's just say we're going to use finances because it's easy. If I want to make $100,000 a year, what do you have to make a month? Hopefully you guys get the answer right. It's $8,333. But what do you have to make a week? What do you have to make a day? So when you hit these targets, when somebody said to me, Dr. G, you'll never own a $4 million dental practice, or you'll never have that. What I did is I had to show my team what we'd have to accomplish a day to be a $4 million dental practice. And I don't always do this. This is my weakness. I don't always celebrate the milestones. So understand that these calls are just as much for me as they are for you. This is like therapy for me that I'm sharing with you. You feel me? So when I broke them down, like let's just say I had to do, I'm just going to make up a number right now. It was $20,000 a day. And you're like, $20,000 a day? Yeah, I mean, if you did $20,000 a day, it's actually less than that. It's 15. So it's $15,000 a day times 20 days. It's $300,000 in a month. So a little bit more than that, like 17.5. I knew that when we hit that target, I could tell my team we are now a $4 million dental practice. And we celebrated that milestone because now we knew we had the capability. We had the capability to be a $4 million dental practice because we knew we could do 17.5. Then all you have to do is repeat it. Like they always say, I always joke about this. If you want to be a millionaire, it's the first million that's the hardest. It's not the next because you've already done it. Now you have a belief system. So set meaningful goals, break them down, celebrate the milestones. Number 4, cultivate self-awareness. Truly cultivate your self-awareness, right? Self-reflect, be mindful. It will help you understand your strengths, your weaknesses, and areas you need to grow. Like understand what your weaknesses are. And then surround yourself with people maybe that can make your weakness a strength. Or if you say it the way it is. Sometimes, believe it or not, when I was in high school, I was not a great public speaker. I would hide in a corner and I vowed I cannot go up there in front of people. I would be ridiculed. Thumbs up if you ever felt this way. Thumbs up if you ever had anxiety of being judged by others, if you will, because you're not smart as the other person. There we go, comparison again. But the reality of it is I had to force myself, and I had to be aware of what my weakness was. And sometimes you don't ever make it a true strength, but it doesn't affect you the same. The more you push through the barrier of doubt, the more you push through the barrier of I can't, and the more you start getting positive results, the freer you become. Now, look at me, dude. I'm speaking in front of hundreds of thousands of people, even and live on social media on a Tuesday. And I don't think twice about it. And it's not about whether they like me or what do they think of me. I mean, for the most part, when you guys are on these calls, I want you to understand you're a 1%er. You're going to have people that even in your own world, that's going to judge you based on you even getting on this call. But understand that you're a 1%er. You're making a difference. You're trying to make a difference for yourself. You're aware, you're self-aware, if you will, that you need some rooms of improvement or growth. And or you can share that well. So thumbs up for you. And develop that practice of self-awareness through whether it's do meditation. I meditate all the time. Journaling, seeking feedback from others. Like I always say to people, how I really started speaking is I was doing stuff in my office and they said, hey, you're really making an impact. Have you ever thought about doing this for a living? And the reality of it is no. The funny thing is I didn't realize the impact I had until a few years later. Somebody came up to me in my dental office and said, I saved them from suicide. Now I know it's a touchy subject. You don't really know the impact you have until you hear that come from a patient. And you think it's nothing. You think that what you do, your impact or your purpose is nothing, but it can make the greatest difference in the world. And so I always say, man, if your purpose can make a difference, if it can save one life, if it can change one life, then I'm living my calling. So it's not about hundreds or thousands or millions. It's about living your best purpose life. And what is that? What is that? What you got to decipher. I can't tell you what yours is, Vienna. Thank you so much for giving me any feedback, Vienna. I love you for saying that. But this will maybe, when you align, when you're self-aware and you know you need, this is going to align you to your actions, and all your purposes will be more effective. Like what you want to do will be more effective when you know it, you're self-aware, you know you need to grow. And then once you know this, number 5, you need to invest in personal growth. Like this is an everyday thing. Whether it's working out every single day to get your body right so you can live longer. If your purpose is to make the greatest impact in this world, right? You don't want to live to your 100, because then you can make the greatest impact. You can make the greatest impact, right? You literally need to be healthy then. What do you put in your body? What is it? How do you put it in your mind? Right? Remember, toxicity of your mind is really Satan stuff. I'll be honest with you. When you have doubt, when you have fear, when you have resentment, that's somebody trying to pull you away from the higher power. Promise you, that is a bunch of bullshit. It's not true. People don't think that of you. You think that of yourself. And you are the fruit of your words. So when you're dark, it's because there's a darkness in you. Find the light. Find what you're good at. Find what you love. Invest in your personal growth. Seek people. What is your purpose? What is your calling? What lights you up? I don't care if you want to be the best video game person in the world and you want to make a difference through video games, and you can make a living doing it and you can fulfill your purpose doing it. By golly, do it. I don't care if you want to play a symphony orchestra and it lights you up. I don't care what your purpose is. But live a life according to your calling, your purpose. Seek opportunities every single day to learn and grow, attend workshops, take courses, read books, seek membership. I know I said read books 3 times. I wasn't scratching like a turntable, but read. Figure out what you love. I remember reading, everyone says I'm a dentist now, but a little small story. I had an 8th grade reading level according to my senior year in high school. I was least likely to succeed, right? I was least likely to do this. And we all have these people say, you're not this, you're not that. They try to put you in this box. And the reality of it is I had a choice. I could believe it or not. I knew what I was reading, I didn't like. And so I started reading the Bible. That was the first book I read over and over again. I probably read it 20 times. I still suck at knowing the whole Bible phrases, but I picked up the book. And then in the book, I started getting better, right? And then I started reading personal growth and development, and my life started to change. And I realized I was retaining information that I loved. I was retaining things. So it wasn't that I couldn't read. I was bored of what I was reading. So I got a distracted brain. We would call that ADHD now or whatever it is. But trust me, you all didn't invent this new stuff in this generation. We all had it. It was just we were bored. And so once I started reading what I loved, I realized I was a good reader. And then now, I actually kind of mocked that teacher. So I wrote a book. Destiny's Not Hereditary. So I wrote a book on purpose. She was my motivating factor. And the first person that got a copy of that book was that girl that said I was not going to amount to anything. Maybe that was a little vindictive of me or cynical, but either way, she got the book. So when you know what you love, when you read, when you seek mentorship, personal growth will enable you to contribute more effectively to your greater purpose. Your personal growth is the greatest difference. You cannot be lit without becoming a better you. You cannot be lit without you growing. One of the 6 human needs, there's 2 that I always talk about: significance and growth. In most people, when they want to feel significance, it's a power trip. So even people that are trying to rob you with a gun, or people that do bad things to you, they're actually seeking the human need of significance, right? They're trying to be significant. They want you to notice them. So everyone has a human need of significance, and they also need growth. So if you look at people that are in darkness and true depression, if you're not growing, you're dying, right? It's the equal and opposite effects. If you're not growing, you're dying, right? And we all are dying at some point. But if you're not becoming a better version of yourself, then you're going to be stuck. No different than economics. If you're not making more money today than you did yesterday, you're actually going backwards. So, but can you repeat the last quote? Send one more time. Which one was that? I don't remember the last quote I just said. Hold on, that was all organic. So I try to remember my last quote I said. I think it was growth and significance. Humans need Humans need two things. There's 6 human needs, but 2 is significance and growth. And what I said by that is that if you're not growing, you're dying. And so people want to maintain significance, and that's why they might carry a gun, or they might do things. They want to get your attention. Sometimes people do bad things. Other significance can be something like this. I want to feel significant in your life. That's why I asked for the heart or the thumbs up. I want to know that we're growing. But yes, that was probably the last thing I said. But if you can make a positive change in this world, right? Everything's great. But at the end of the day, probably the most important thing you can do for your calling, your purpose, is building those meaningful relationships. Like, what relationship truly matters to you? What is going to motivate you to be the best you? Who gets you up every single day? I told this, I got a lot of people that count on me, from family, from friends, my wife, my kids, my employees at work, the people I work for. Every single day I got to show up. There's people that I don't even really know that I'm part of a company with, that rely on me to show up every single day. So, but the difference is I surround myself with people that have very similar values and goals that I have, right? And you want to surround yourself with people that are going to catapult you, not take you away. I heard something, I said it on IG, I'm going to repeat this. This might not have anything to do with this, but I'm going to repeat something. A lot of people don't feel valued. A lot of people don't feel worth in this world, especially now. And a bottle of water in a supermarket is 50 cents. A bottle of water in a gym, let's just say it's $2. A bottle of water in a convenience store, maybe $3. A bottle of water on an airplane, $6. The only thing that changes the value of the water is the location of the water. So what does that mean? If you don't feel valued and you don't feel worth, change your location. You might have a higher value somewhere else. So collaborate with people. And where am I going with that? When you surround yourself with people that respect your value, know your worth, when they inspire you to become the better version of yourself, to live the greater purpose, when they motivate you, like my wife do, my kids do. Max Philpotts, what's up, brother? I saw you on the call. Max Philpotts, one of the nicest human beings in the world. When I see him every single time, one of the greatest human beings, if you look him up, the guy smiles. He is a guy I'll hang out with. He's a guy that'll make the greatest difference in my life. He's an 18-year-old boy. Sorry, Max, you said your age on IG Live. I apologize. But the reality of it is that he's an 18-year-old kid who I look up to every single day because he always is smiling. He's always doing the right thing. Surround yourself with those people. Surround yourself with the people that can make the greatest difference in your life. Engaging in networks. Join communities. Participate in volunteering activities, whatever it is, to connect with others in a passionate way that you love. That's why churches work. And that's why people getting together in groups, even if you're Alcoholics Anonymous or AA, you get in groups that are like-minded, that are trying to get clean, that can help you. Trying to live a life of independency, or trying to do something in a dark room, or trying to do something on your own because you think you're tough, is the wrong way to go. Collaborate ideas with other people that are going to take you to the next level. Surround yourself with people that are bigger and better than you. Be the big or small fish in a big pond always. Never the big fish in a small pond. That's your ego, that you need to be the big fish. Be the small fish. Be a lab rat. Be a sponge. Be something that you're going to just absorb all this pain that other people have gone through. Learn from them, but surround yourself with people that are going to make you better. Period. Throw your ego aside. And then once you become the best version of you, once you become, you know your purpose and your calling. Number 8, give back, and God dang it, contribute. Contribute. Contribute to this world and make the difference you are called to make by the Lord himself. Contribute. Identify as ways of the community. Cause a resonance for your purpose. Do something. Move mountains. People can move mountains by just speaking, being a good human being. And whether it's volunteering, donating your time, resources, finances, aligning organizations, different principles. I heard something the other day. Samuel L. Jackson did like 112 movies, dude. And he made like 2.6 something billion dollars for the movie industry. But he gave back to, I'm like, Denzel Washington rattled off a list of like 25 different things he's given money back to that nobody would ever know. And I'm not saying you got to boast about that because you're going to get your blessings in heaven. That's not what I'm telling you. But give back. And if it's not finances, it's time. It's a smile. It's just love. It's just talking. It's a positive word of encouragement. It's something. Contribute to the well-being of others. When you learn how to serve others and not yourself, you'll have all the energy you need. You'll have all the blessings you need. What gets me up every single day is I don't care how tired I am. You can ask everybody that knows me. I will outwork you. Period. No excuses. I have no time for excuses. Coming from a guy who slept 2 hours a day for 4 years just to get through dental school with a wife and child, no time for excuses. You have one life. One life. And you get to make a choice every single day how you live it. Are you going to live closest to your purpose or not? Live consciously. Live consciously. Live in a way that you don't even know how to live, man. Make choices that align with your purpose and values every single day in your daily life. Practice conscious consumptions, reduce waste, support environmental friendly initiatives, living like whatever, ensure the greater good of other people. Take actions that are in harmony with your purpose every single day, but you got to create habits. Somehow you got to make the subconscious mind your conscious mind. And you do that by growing and becoming significant and greater every day. God or your higher power? Absolutely. Man, whatever. God is the higher power. I call it whatever you want. There's a higher power. Way better than me. There's good and evil. I want to be on the good side. Measure your impact. Once you know your impact, how do you measure it? Man, sometimes I measure it by just asking, hey, dude, is this in home with you guys with a thumbs up and a heart? Awesome. Measure it. But even if you're not getting a response, even if it's one person's life you change, you made an impact. It's you not thinking that little random act of kindness or that little thing of deed doesn't make a difference. It makes a huge difference. You will absolutely be transformed, as Vienna just said it. You will be transformed. You'll be able to track your progress. You'll be able to make adjustments. You'll be able to celebrate milestones beyond belief. You'll be able to look at all things, whether it's quantitatively or qualitatively, that will change your life and aspects that will impact your journey. When you invest in your greater purpose, and this is your takeaway, it's going to be an ongoing journey. It's a thing that will never, ever stop. It's going to require consistent, daily, intentional behaviors, reflecting and adapting and growing and evolving and staying committed. Staying committed every single day, even when you fall off the track, get back on. Never stop trying. You can never fail. I failed a billion times. I've lost businesses. I've lost $500,000 businesses. I've done it all. I've done it all. I've also grown multi-million-dollar businesses. But you don't stop trying. And stay true always to who you are. You know, I have a saying, and my staff will even tell you in dentistry, hey, this person wasn't nice to you. How come you responded that way? Should I be a neuroscientist, MSU or Michigan? Good call. I don't know. Both are great. Leah, somebody said to me, why do you always, I said, always do the right thing. One thing my wife always taught me, and I wish I'd have known this in my 20s, always do the right thing. Always. Always live a life according to how you want others to treat you, not the other way around. Anger, resentment, whatever you're doing, stubbornness is all signs of the dark side. The good side shows grace, love, and forgives. And you always do the right thing, period. Even if it means compromising, losing everything, do the right thing. So when you invest in your greater purpose, like I said, aligning with your actions and values, defining your purpose, setting meaningful goals, cultivate self-awareness, invest in your personal growth, when you engage in meaningful work, when you build meaningful relationships, giving back and contributing, living consciously and sustainably and measuring your impact, it's an ongoing journey that's going to never stop. It's never going to stop. It's going to require you to change and stay committed every single day you wake up. It's going to require you to work life with intention. It's going to require you to, sometimes you're at a chapter in your life that you think this is your calling or purpose, and other times it might not be. It's going to require you to make these changes. But to ensure that you're making progress and to ensure that you're tracking what I'm saying, please send me something at the info@thedentistco.com. Send me something. Email me something. Hey, Dr. G, loved your talk today, man. Going on a great thing. This is my plan. What do you think? Leah said, should I be a neuroscientist in MSU or Michigan? Don't care. If you're a neuroscientist, God bless you. Go. It doesn't matter. I don't care what degree you get it from. I always said to people when I was in dental school, C equals DDS. I just got to get the degree. Then I can do whatever I got to do. That's a little joke. When you want to, in the one thing I want to say, guys, and I saw some hearts and thumbs, like, are these making an impact? Are you making it? Yes, if you email me at the info@thedentistco.com, yes, that's an email to me, just to answer that question. Are these calls making an impact? I hope so, because that's living my purpose. Thumbs up with a heart if this was a great call today. Guys, awesome. If you could do me a favor, just share this with somebody. If you think there's a friend or family or a loved one who needs to hear this, tell them about our Tuesday calls. Tell them about everything that we're doing to try to make a great difference in this nasty world we live in. Tell them the positive message that they're going to get out of this call. I mean, my goal, my calling, my purpose is to make the greatest impact in this world. And I'm going to do it with or without everybody. I like a whole team. I like a whole army. They always say better in numbers, right? Thumbs over that. Come next week, though. Guys, y'all gonna see this. It's gonna be crazy. I'm actually writing a new book. And the first chapter is leading with passion, igniting the fire within. So remember that. That's what we're gonna talk about next week. Leading a life with passion and igniting the fire within. Can't wait to see you guys next Tuesday. Much love. Have a great rest of your week. Live life with a purpose. Live life with an intention. We'll talk soon. Have a wonderful day, guys. Thanks for joining. Bye-bye.